say you fighting for the Latinos and the blacks, right?
The Afro-Latinos.
And so what do they want?
Equality.
And what is equality?
Being able to feel as if you're just as good as anybody else without being judged based off your physical appearance.
And what would they need to make them feel that way?
They would need to be able to feel, like I just expressed.
But what would make them feel that way? What do they need?
In my case, like I said before, the reasons why I became an activist,
right.
It was mainly because I grew up in the entertainment industry, and I noticed that there's basically very slight representation of people like myself on TV or in the entertainment industry for the most part. Not musically as much,
right.
But TV, magazines, movies, stuff like that, we're not portrayed. And if so, for the most part, not in a positive light. And I'm talking about the Latin community.
Right.
I'm not talking about the African American
right.
or anything like that. So it made me feel as if it was unfair, and then that's why I'm fighting for other people to also feel as if you're gonna be judged based off your knowledge and based off your talent, and not based off the way that you look.
Well, what happened to the Latinos that they need something outside or somebody else to make them feel a certain way?
What happened to them?
Uh-huh.
You mean to people like myself?
The Latinos, that they need to see themselves on magazines, or
because
they need something out there to make them feel.
Of course.
Why are they so screwed up?
Well, I mean, I think it's unfortunate. In my case, I grew up, admiring Celia Cruz. She was an Afro-Latina, a Cuban who made it worldwide. She was like the biggest thing ever for us when she passed away. Unfortunately, to a certain extent, and I say unfortunately because I had to look outside of my own community
right.
for inspirations.
Right.
Tina Turner's, Donna Summers, Whitney Houston's, amazing, talented women, but it just sucked that I couldn't find that within my own community.
Right.
So the girls that are growing up now, they don't really have that one person, or it shouldn't be that one person. They don't have that community of celebrities or artists that are doing well in their community. They have to look at Nicki Minaj's and Beyonce's and Rihanna's, which is fine, but why don't they have that within their own community as well?
And so what happened to the Latinos?
You know what, with all these what happens, let me tell you.
But what happened to them, that Latinos, that they couldn't build whatever they needed to make themselves feel better? What happened to the men and women that they couldn't build their own thing to make them feel better?
I don't know exactly the reasons why they haven't been able to expand
right.
and grow and uplift themselves the way that I see in my eyes that they should
right.
and could. But in that case, here comes Amara La Negra, being as vocal as possible, going on CNN and every network that you can imagine, and just being vocal about it to bring awareness, because a lot of people feel as if it's not in your face, if it's not in your community, if it's not on social media, it's not happening. It's like saying that slavery doesn't exist in 2019. It's not just right. It's not just about what. Okay. I mean, anything that comes out of your mouth is just special.
It's an illusion. It doesn't
It's
exist.
an illusion. That's right. Because the rest of the world is wrong except
why
you.
didn't the Latinos get that sense of security from their father and mother? Why didn't they grow up with that?
You should go ask your fathers and mothers.
But instead of looking out there, why don't you ask them, why did your parents give you that sense of security while growing up? Why are you so insecure? You need somebody else to do things for you to make you feel better.
I don't think that is that they feel insecure, because there's a lot of them that do go audition. There's a lot of them that do knock on these doors. But if they have to pick they have to pick within them and somebody else is more commercially appealing, then that's what they're gonna go for. So it's not that I'm not gonna say that we've just been sitting here and nothing has happened. We've been knocking on doors, it's just that the opportunities, the doors haven't been open. And in my case, it took an American platform, it took Love and Hip Hop on VH1, an American network, for the people to actually pay attention and listen to what I had to say.
You know what I did and what blacks used to do before they fell into a fallen state?
How many years ago was that?
They've fallen in for the last 70 years or so.
Okay, so you're from back then. Okay, and then what happened?
Whenever I wanted a door open, if I knocked on someone else's door, they didn't open, I opened my own door.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no white man or black man or Latino man that's smarter than I am. I can do for myself.
Amen.
But the blacks and the Latinos seem to have lost that.
Oh, hell no, you got me messed up. Now you want to see the Latinos in this too? So the black and the Latinos.
We were talking about the Latinos. You said that they were
just
looking.
So that I'm clear, everybody please follow me. Take a moment. So the blacks and the Latinos.
Right.
You know, we're not obviously as smart and we're lazy.
Well,
and that's the reasons why we haven't, you know.
I don't necessarily put the Latinos.
No, just the blacks.
Just the blacks, but the blacks seem to be dragging the Latinos in with them. And the Latinos don't want to be associated with the blacks because they don't like black people, right? But the blacks are trying to pull them in. But it's the blacks who don't have the know-how or the common sense to open their own doors. They're looking to the white man or somebody else to open the door for them. Do you find that to be abnormal?
Do you find it to be abnormal to generalize and say the blacks as a whole?
Well, not all. You're right. Not all.
There's some black people, there's some African Americans, there's certain amounts of people as a whole that are blase. But when you say the blacks?
Well, not all, but most.
But okay, what is most?
All these black people, most of those shows that I've seen you on so far, they're black whining people. I saw you on that show in New York with those black boys and that black girl.
I don't know who the black boy show.
What's that radio show called?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Thanks for that information.
It was pitiful.
Why is that?
The guys were whining and the black girl was whining.
What were they whining about?
How bad the white man is and we gotta stick together and all that. Did that make you sick to hear that?
For them to talk about how bad the white people are?
But what they were really saying is how pitiful they are. They don't have the know-how to do it for themselves. Black people at one time did it for themselves and they did well. I have an aunt, she and her husband, they got married, they had like 19 kids or so.
One toto? That's too much.
And they all went to college, they all graduated from college, they owned their own land. This was during the Jim Crow era. Another uncle. They own land. They did their thing. They didn't whine about the white man.
Well, I won't
lie.
Now
you hear the black men whining like women.
I won't lie, and I will say this much. I do recognize that a lot of the new generation, to my understanding, have become comfortable with what's been given to us. Not what's fair, not what's equal, but what's been given to us. I do understand that part, and I do agree that we've gotten comfortable. We don't feel the need to fight for what's ours, for what's right. We just accept what's happening. And I think that social media, entertainment, a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of distraction from the true things that really matter.
Yes.
And then that's just the way that I see things. You know what I mean? I know that not everybody may agree with my point of view, and then that's fine, because that's the beauty of living in America. Everybody has a right to their own opinions. But in my eyes,
I knew you were going to come on to my side.
No, just for 2 seconds.
I knew it.
No. There's two.
That's why you asked me to marry you.
No, whoa, listen. I only want to marry you for your money. Okay, but listen. Amongst all that, amongst all the craziness you say, you do have some valid points.
Thank you.
White in the blue.
Amazing. That is amazing. 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 Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. 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 That is amazing. Amazing. Amazing.